Okay, so welcome. It's that time of year again where I look at the Formula One timetable, look at the new drivers or changing positions of drivers, and make my predictions, which are usually incorrect, apart from obviously Lewis Hamilton winning everything. Uh, but yeah, normally I would do predictions videos uh, for each race. I didn't do that last year because the year before was just piss poor. But last year was amazing. So if we just talk about that for a moment, we had a start of the season, but we didn't have the first race of the season, so it was postponed. And then we had a delayed start, and we thought we were only going to get how many? 10 races? 8 races, if that. And somehow the Formula One management pulled it out of the bag, and suddenly we ended up having, like, what was it, 17 races? And it was pretty much like a full on season. And obviously, a lot of the racetracks couldn't um, join on, and we ended up using completely different racetracks that we went to previously, or that are usually run for other formulas. And yeah, it was exciting. It was different, but at the same time, I was working elsewhere, and I couldn't actually create predictions videos or even watch along videos, which is what I was planning to do. But I did do a season preview, and yeah, that was interesting. It was quite a late season preview, obviously, but nonetheless, it was there. So this time round, we are actually going to have a look. If I can just bring it up here. Let's just do that so you can hear me as well. Right. So this is the Formula One website for 2021. And there's a few new changes. So let's go to the drivers. Let's go to the drivers first. So da, 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 da. Okay, so this is the layout for the drivers. Let's start off with the guys at the bottom. So for Williams, who are last on the list, we have Nicholas Latifi and George Russell. So that hasn't changed. There's something odd here though. Latifi, Mazapin, and Schumacher don't seem to have driver numbers. But okay, that's something that we can deal with at a later stage. And so they stay the same, as I said. And we have Nikita Mazepin and Mick Schumacher, the son of Michael Schumacher, getting his first drive in a Formula One team with Haas F1, which are a Ferrari customer team. And you can see where that connection is being made. And yeah, it looks interesting. I'm also confused why Mazepin isn't wearing the overalls like Mick has. So I guess they didn't get a shot of him in his overalls. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch, the Mick Schumacher thing, because obviously his dad was the greatest, if not one of the best um, racing drivers. And it's going to be hard to live up to his name. And on top of that, he's starting off in which was originally a mid-card team, to now being second from the last team on this list. I'm not sure how that happened, but it was probably the standings from last season. Okay. And then we go over to Alfa Romeo, where it hasn't changed either since last year. So we've got Antonio Giovinazzi and Kimi Raikkonen. And again, Kimi Raikkonen's here. Why doesn't he let go and let somebody else have a chance? He's won a world championship. He's had all the Formula One experience that any driver could have. And he's still there. Obviously, he must have a really, really expensive habit that he's trying to pay for. But yeah, that stays the same as well. And then we have Alpha Tauri or Sauber or ex Sauber. No, that's not right. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Getting confused with myself. No, that's wrong. Alfa Romeo is Sauber. Ah, yeah, that's right. Alpha Tauri is the old Toro Rosso. God, is that what happens to you after a year of coronavirus? Yeah, so we've got one new person with Alpha Tauri, which is Yuki Tsunoda or Sunoda. Okay, and I have not heard anything about previously, apart from like when the Sky F1 team were talking about who could be in the team next year. And yeah, Pierre Gasly is still hanging in there. Good on him. And then we have a major mover. Excuse me. We have for Ferrari, Carlos Sainz, who joins Charles Leclerc. And Charles Leclerc impressed last year. And Carlos Sainz, I hope he can impress this year. He's quite a strong driver, in my opinion. And because, excuse me, he's one of Fernando Alonso's guys. I hope he does very well. So speaking of Fernando Alonso, we have the newly renamed Renault team, which is now called Alpine or Alpine. Is Fernando Alonso and Esteban Ocon. So firstly, I'm so glad that Fernando is back. I just hope that he can do some good in this team, which we know he has done. Twice he's been at the team, and twice he's won championships. So there, I'm definitely sure he can do something. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to this one. This will be interesting. And then we get to essentially Aston Martin, and they have Sebastian Vettel and Lance Stroll. Okay, so the other name change we have is obviously Racing Point, and they are rebranded as Aston Martin. And yeah, this will be an interesting turn of events, because last year they were very strong, but they were very strong because of the um, Mercedes engine, basically, and obviously because they had a steady driver. And who was that steady driver? Exactly, it was Sergio Perez, and Sergio Perez has actually moved elsewhere, and we'll see that very shortly. So I don't know how they are going to be working with Sebastian Vettel. Vettel is good if he's out in front, but if you have been listening to me for any amount of time on Formula One, you know that I don't think Vettel can actually overtake. So being back of the field, midfield, or even near the top, I don't think he can uh, get any decent results unless there's something special about that Aston Martin setup. And I think you never know because they started off so strong uh, based on last year. They should be able to do something special, but um, I'm hoping I'm hoping not, to be honest with you, because I want Sergio to prove everybody wrong. He just needed a team, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. So let's go over to McLaren, um, who took the most advantage last year. I think is probably the best way to say it. And they actually pulled something out of the bag, and they've got Daniel Ricciardo and they've got Lando Norris. And Daniel Ricciardo is, I would say, coming from Renault, is a step up, and he just needs a top. He needs a top three drive. Honestly, he's such a good, consistent driver. I think he can go very, very far. I think he can win several championships, but he needs to be in the likes of a Mercedes, even a Ferrari. But he's there. He's there with McLaren, and hopefully McLaren have done some uh, modifications to their car for more reliability, because reliability is probably key for them at this stage. And yeah, Daniel Ricciardo is one man I would like to see successful in this season. And then we go over to the two top teams from last year. We have Red Bull Racing, and they have Sergio Perez, who's moved up from a long stint with Racing Point, and as they were previously known as Force India. And he was probably instrumental in keeping that company alive until Racing Point came along. But they did him a dirty. What can you do? If Lawrence Stroll owns the company and he wants his son to be pushed as a driver, yeah, you're going to get booted out. So that's basically what's happened. And but he sees himself upgrading to a Red Bull car. So this is going to be more power, more everything for him. He's going to get all the tools that he needs to pull it out of the bag. And I think he's going to be the one to watch. Max Verstappen is back, and he's not going to let Sergio Perez actually get very far if he can help it. But these two guys, one, the hot young upstart from back a few years ago to a young upstart of today, it's going to be an interesting pairing. It's the first time Red Bull Racing has used a driver that's been around somewhere else in terms of he's been in various teams, and usually Red Bull Racing use drivers in their own driver pool, which they nurture from start to finish. But here we have a racing driver who's been with McLaren. He's been with Force India. Where else has he been? I can't remember where else he's been. It's not coming to my mind. But yes, he's been around. Apologies for that. And yeah, exciting times. It's going to be a very, very exciting season this year. And because last year was so different to any season that we've had in a long time, that I think this season, with a mix up of drivers, with everything the way it is, with the tracks the way they are, it's going to be really interesting. Last year there was new tracks, like I said earlier, but there were also tracks out of sync, and the out of sync tracks. When I mean out of sync, I mean like when you'd normally go to that track, say in February, you were going there in June, you were going there in July. Obviously, if the season doesn't even start in February. It's just an example, but you get what I'm trying to say. The road surface is different, the weather is different. You have to recalculate everything, and that's what makes a good team and a good driver. And if your car is set up to deliver something for you, then that's going to be, the formula that works. And that's why it's called Formula One. Every little part, every little thing makes this sport what it is. And let me just stop rambling here now and just go over to the last team, which is Mercedes. And we have Lewis Hamilton back with a 1 year contract, I believe. And Valtteri Bottas also with a one contract, maybe. I can't remember what Valtteri's was, but Lewis was very late in signing a contract. So obviously, we don't know the details of that. We can speculate all day long. But yeah, interesting times. So before we continue, I just want to say that on the news, I heard that Fernando Alonso was going to race with a metal plate in his jaw, or two metal plates in his jaw. And apparently, he's obviously still recuperating, but it should be fine for him while he's driving. And that's because he had an accident pre pre-season on a bicycle. I think he got run over or something. Now, I've tried to stay away from a lot of the news and the speculations and all that kind of stuff. And currently, when I'm streaming this, the actual uh, test is going on, or was going on today, or this week even. And yeah, I haven't watched any of that. I will look into it later on, but I tried to come in clean into a season. I just want to watch the uh qualifying. I will obviously watch the first practice of the season, and I try to watch the other practice sessions as well. Usually after the second one, or part way through the second one, I just skip forward, and obviously the third one I skip forward or don't even watch. But I do have them recorded, ready for me to watch. And yeah, I'm really excited by this season, and I'm excited for. I'm just going to make a quick prediction. So Lewis for the win, Perez for second, and Alonso for third. I'm saying it out there now, and I'm hoping that the first. Actually, let's find out what track we're going to first, and then I can do a quick prediction. Let's go to the schedule. Oh, Bahrain. Bloody hell. It's a double header at Bahrain. What the hell? Oh, no, that's season testing. Oh, gosh. See, this is why I should read things before saying anything. Right. So, round one on the 26th to the 28th, we have the Bahrain Grand Prix. And then we have. See, now it's been a while since I can remember when Fernando Alonso was on top in Bahrain. So I reckon he could actually finish pretty close up. I really, really want him to win, him or Sergio Perez, and obviously Carlos Sainz. I want those guys. Those are my guys. So all the Spaniards, or the, gosh, how can I say it? People who speak Spanish, but not but aren't all from Spain. So basically, Mexico and Spain. I'm rooting for Mexico or Spain. Obviously, Luis, but Lewis has got everything he needs now, so he doesn't need any more wins. So yeah, let's see the Spanish Quarter get something. Right. So what else do we have? Yeah, so round two, we're in Italy, and that's see. This is early in the season. Did that happen last time? I can't remember. But yeah, the 16th to the 18th of April, and that's going to be interesting. Going to enjoy that one. And then, is that what track is that? Del Made in Italy, El Romanaga. Is that the same one as last year? What did we have last year? I can't remember. Okay, let's just keep going. So the third round is between April and May, 30th to the 2nd. That's Portugal. Yeah, that was a good race. So that's going to be a fun one. And then we go to Catalonia in Spain. Have they changed? They've changed the name of it. Gran Premio de España. Okay. Right. So that's on May the 7th to the 9th. That's always a good one. And then we've got Monaco on the 20th to the 23rd of May. Then Azerbaijan in June 4th to the 6th. This is one I haven't really been able to enjoy ever, and it's really, really bad that I haven't had a chance to enjoy it properly. I don't even know what the track is like. I've obviously seen bits of it, and well, I have seen bits of it, and I don't know. I just don't know the geography of it. The others, I know the geography of them pretty well. But yeah, that one's still it's new to me, even though it's been around for a while now. And we've got the seventh round, which is Canada on the 11th to the 13th of June. And that's always a good, entertaining one. And then we go to round eight, which is France, the 25th to the 27th of June. So there's 3 races in June. Yeah, there's 3 races in June. Okay, so that's the first one with 3 races in June. And then the ninth round, we've got the Austria on the 2nd and 4th of July. And then we have the British Grand Prix on the 16th to the 18th of July. So that's more or less around where it used to be, or it should be, essentially. And I think Austria as well, possibly. Is there any one of these out of sync? Yeah, there's a few out of sync, obviously, but we'll look into that a bit later on. Then we've got round 11 between July and August. So we have the 30th to the 1st in Hungary. Okay, that's good. Always a nice track. And then we have round 12, which is the Belgian Grand Prix, and that's on the 27th to the 29th of August. Awesome, and we love Spa, and that's always entertaining for me. And we have where are we? We have the Netherlands, or the Dutch Grand Prix, on the 3rd and 5th of September. And round 14, is that a new track? The Dutch Grand Prix. We'll look into that after. Then we have round 14, which is the 10th to the 12th of September. Okay, in Italy again. So this is the actual Italian Grand Prix. This is Monza, isn't it? It looks like Monza. Is it Monza? Ah! Oh! Yeah, it is. Don't know why I feel like I wasn't sure, but yeah, it is. And then we have the Russian Grand Prix, the nice, lovely, dull Russian Grand Prix. Apologies if anyone is from Russia, but that's on the 24th to the 26th of September. That is definitely out of sync because it's usually um, not last year, but the year before that, wasn't it like one of the first few races or the very first time it was held? It was one of the earlier races, I think before or after China. Speaking of China, I haven't seen it on the list yet. Okay. So next we've got the bloody hell, that's a massive list, isn't it? Okay, so round 16, we've got 1st to the 3rd of October in Singapore. Brilliant. Always a lovely, nice night track. And then we've got the Japanese Grand Prix in October the 8th till the 10th, which is also one of my favorite ones. It's probably because it hasn't changed that much, really. And then we have the US Grand Prix on the 22nd to the 24th of October. And I think that's probably out of sync as well. Or is it actually? I might be mistaken on that one. Okay, and then we have round 19, which is Mexico on the 29th to the 31st of October. So that's 4 races in October. That's bloody crazy. Have we ever had that before? I don't think so. Okay, and then the final set, which is round 20, we have Brazil on the 5th to the 7th. Awesome. I still think this should be right at the end. And then round 21, 19th to the 21st of November. And yeah, that's Australia. That's definitely out of sync. So, wow, that is really out of sync, isn't it? But they still want to be in it, so they're there. So, round 22, we've got the 3rd to the 5th of December in Saudi Arabia. But the track is to be confirmed? Really? Okay. And then round 23. Round 23, that sounds weird. The 10th to the 12th of December, which is going to be our final race in Abu Dhabi, which is also another boring race. Wow. That is a packed calendar. Let's see if I can buy tickets. Oops. I'll look at that later. I do want to sync my calendar with my Google account. But yeah, we'll do that at a later stage. Rightio then. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. Looking forward to the races. Looking forward to the qualifying. There was a rumor that they may change the qualifying format for a few races or do like a reverse grid thing. That might be interesting. So I'll be looking forward to that if they do something. I should have actually had a look at the rule changes or if there's anything like that, but it didn't look like there was anything on the main website. So yeah, interesting times. Let's just hope this pandemic finishes itself off and we are able to go and watch these races live, because I still haven't done that, and I want to do that this year if I can. I don't think I can. If I can't get work, then I won't be able to do anything. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. The only thing that's left to say now, guys, is if you do want to hear my predictions per race, then please let me know in the comments below, and I will do the predictions, and I might even do a review of the Formula One races after they've been done. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And the only other thing left to say is thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me figure out what you like and what you don't like. There's 93% of you who watch my videos regularly but aren't subscribed. So even if I can ask you politely to subscribe, it would really, really help this channel a lot. So if you could, that would be brilliant. And until next time, take care.